So one of the reasons why my niche right now is digital marketing for B2B SaaS businesses, when I go back in 2014, I picked a couple of niches about natural parenting. It was based on my life. At that time, I had twins, backgrounds in psychology and education, all that. So I'm like, oh, those are all my things, right? But after I picked those topics, I needed a way to market my freelance writing business. How do I get people to know that I exist online? How do I get companies or potential clients coming to my website, looking at my samples, where I've written, what I do, how I can help them so that they hire me? And this opened up a new potential writing niche for me. I was hooked on discovering digital marketing tactics to market my freelance writing business. I was like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this. Oh, this is awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm learning all about content marketing. I'm all about email marketing, all about digital marketing, all about this and this and this. And I was absorbing it and loving it. And that eventually became my niche. Now, this video isn't about figuring out your niche, but I wanted to share that story as a way to show you that I was looking at ways to market my business and that just sort of evolved. But if you're new to freelance writing and you have no clue how to market your business, then hopefully my experience and what I shared with you and my knowledge about this, since it is my niche, can help you better market your business so that the right type of client comes to your home base wherever you are online and sees what you do and hires you for that. So I'm going to go through a couple of things. I am a tad biased on certain marketing strategies, just to let you know. And the first one is you do need a home base, and the best type of home base to have online is a website. All right, it's not just a personal website or one that you had in college or one for work or anything like that. This is your own website that is a service-based website that markets your freelance writing business. This is the best tool to have in your arsenal of a freelance writer. Like of all the things that you need a home base, and the best home base to have online is a writer website, because your writer website is your home, and from that you can connect all these things online, and we'll go through that, but that's what you need. I do have a blog post on my blog of how to start a blog, which is the same thing as your writer website. I do talk about that. I say website and blog is the same. They're both the same to me. So it's a way to find your audience. It's a way to find your ideal client, finding you and hiring you. All right. So I go through the process of all of this, but what I want to show you is when you do decide to start a writing business online and to market it, I suggest you use something like Bluehost. You can use SiteGround if you want. You can use another hosting provider, but for years and years, I have been telling writers and bloggers to use Bluehost because it is cheaper for you and they have excellent customer service so that you will not fail even if you know nothing about tech. All right. And there's lots of support online for starting a Bluehost website, and WordPress, which is the content platform. So what you see right here is the content platform of WordPress. They even recommend Bluehost as their favorite hosting service. I go through those steps. I even have a video right here to show you if you need more help, but I go through all of this. This is how you start your blog or your website. You can check out mine. This is what it looks like. Now, not all writer websites look like this, of course, but this is mine. And the important thing to realize is that I don't get a lot of traffic to this website. I only get targeted traffic. I don't need thousands and thousands of page views. I don't need this to rank in Google. I just need a home base to show what I can do, who I help, my skills, any testimonials that I have, and how to contact me. And if they want to see my blog, they can go to it and learn more about me. These are the functional pages you can have on a service-based website as a way to market your freelance writing business. When you can have this platform, I call it your writer platform that I share in Write Your Way to First 1K. It's a whole module about your writer platform and how to build that. This is your home base. Okay. Now, of course, can you become a freelance writer without a website? Yes. It is totally possible. You just have to work at it a little bit different. You have to angle your service a little bit differently, show prospects what you do a little bit differently. It's just a different path that I never took, so I can't teach you that path. But there are writers out there that don't use a website. They use Facebook instead. They use LinkedIn instead. They use Medium instead. They use something else to have a home base, and that helps them. Personally, I have those assets. I do have a LinkedIn. I do have a Medium. I do have these things. And while LinkedIn does help me gain clients more readily than other platforms, Medium hasn't. I haven't landed a client through Medium. Twitter, it's been a while since I've landed a client on Twitter, and if I have, they haven't told me. And then just these other platforms aren't landing as many clients as my website has. Now, my website is my number one driver for leads to my inbox so that they can tell me about their business and I can see if it's a good fit for me. Okay, it is my website. So you can see here on my Google Analytics for my writer website, Innovative Inc., I get in around 30 days around 751 users. And as you can see, some come, some go, and all that stuff. I can see where people are coming from, mostly from the United States, Canada, and then some places here. And so you can see all that stuff. So that can help me that these are the places that they come to. All right. So for your freelance writing business, you're not going to get hundreds or thousands of people per month. I've had my website for years. I am optimizing it so that it can rank for certain keywords, of course, but it is a Canadian website. It's a .ca. So it is harder for me to rank because of that. I don't have a .com. So my suggestion is if you do decide to start a writer website, to make sure that it's in a .com URL. So whatever you decide to name it plus .com, because of the potential of it being searchable and rankable in Google down the road. It's not a necessary thing to have. You just need a home base online to have your samples, to have the certain pages to market your freelance writing business. Of course, if you need help with the actual copy on those pages, I do share that in Write Your Way to First 1K. So if you're interested in that whole aspect of having that home base, that writer platform that I dive deep into that course, then make sure you check out the page, get the information, and enroll if you want to. And as a reminder, I am hosting the Book Clients in 30 Days in February. So it's for students of Write Your Way to First 1K. So if you enroll before that, you still are eligible to come to that challenge. Now, the next way to market your freelance writing business is to have that URL and to plaster it everywhere possible. For example, you can start a Twitter profile and have your link to your writer website there. This is what I have right here. Okay, so I have my link visible. If I go to LinkedIn, I do share my Elna Kane blog, but on my blog, I do have a place here if you're looking to hire a writer that goes to my contact form and then my portfolio or website right here. So there is a roundabout way if potential clients need to find my actual service-based website, but I do get a lot of clients just from this blog because I do write searchable, friendly content, thought leader content that potential clients have told me they've read this blog post and they want something similar for their blog. So I have made this blog another home base for me. But as a freelance writer, you don't need to have all of that. All right. If you want to just do copywriting for pet food companies, having a writer website that showcases all of that is enough for you, okay? But you need to plaster that website on your LinkedIn profile, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you're going to be. Now, I do suggest that you are on social media, right? So on all your social media profiles, make it the same link, have the same picture of you or your business, whatever you decide to use for branding purposes, make it the same. Now, I'm sure if you follow me on different platforms, I am using different photos of me, but that's my way of growing my brand to show authenticity that I am more than just one photo online, right? Because I've been online for so many years, people need to see different types of photos that I'm a real person. So that's why I have different photos. But for you as a beginner to market your freelance writing business, have those social profiles and also put your link in your author bio, right? So when you start marketing your business, you're going to have an author bio, even for your client pieces. And with that, you need website to have your link to your writer website. So again, here for my GoDaddy author bio, I do link to my name to either my blog or my writer website. Now, I've been trying to grow my blog more than my writer website, but I flip and flop. For newer clients, I may add my Innovative Inc. domain. Other times I may not. It all depends on my mood for the day and what I'm feeling. Do I need to pick up more client work? Well, then I'm going to slap that link anywhere and everywhere kind of thing. Or do I want to grow my blog and grow my audience and grow my brand as a freelance writer that helps other writers? So it's, for me, I pick and choose, but for you, since you're going to have your one website, you're going to use that everywhere and anywhere. That is the number one way to market your business, to get your link out there. If you're not ready to do any kind of writing for clients, if you are not going to do that, then it's your social profiles that you need to have that link. But the next way to market your freelance writing business is to start building that brand. And that means writing and getting your skill level out there so people can read your writing. And you can do that in the form of guest posting. I try to do guest posting as much as possible. One of my most recent ones here is from 2022 for the Good Men Project. It's Improve Your Career by Harnessing Your Inner Writer. So I have this, and at the bottom, here you go, I have who I am. And at this time, I was trying to grow my brand. You get an author bio. You can tailor it to that publication. This is not my author bio for my SaaS clients. I don't tell them that I'm a former special education teacher, but this post is about writing tips, and it makes me look more credible when I say these things. And it's true. These are true things that I say in my author bio. Guest posts is an excellent way to get your name out there. You can find guest posting opportunities by searching them on Google. Just make sure you're not paying for guest posts. At this time, you don't need to pay for guest posts. You just need to find places that will accept your pitch. You can also guest post on publications, on magazines. If they don't pay, that's fine. At least it gets your name out there with their audience. And those could be your target clients. Ideally, you want to guest post where your target client reads and hangs out. So in the beginning, I did do a lot of content marketing, guest posting on those types of sites so I can get in front of my ideal clients. You can also venture into podcasting. With podcasting, a lot of the podcasters have a website where they write out the transcript and then they drop links to what you're talking about. And so they would drop a link or add a link to that page of your writing service website, right? If they're talking to you about your business. Podcasting is something that I didn't get into for many, many years, but podcasts are super popular now. There's a lot of freelancers that have podcasts, and you can search them on LinkedIn even to find those podcasters, and then even on YouTube as well. And then you can ask to be interviewed. Along the lines of podcasting are webinars. I was recently asked to do a webinar with another freelancer. So I'm always open to those possibilities to connect with other freelancers as a way to grow my brand and to share my knowledge, of course. But if there are webinars that I can speak about my writing business, I will do that as well. There's been other podcasts that I've been on for marketers where I share a lot of the digital content that I'm doing and that I write for clients. I do share those in those podcasts and webinars. And then you can also just be featured as your name grows, as you build your brand and get your name out there. There's going to be other freelancers, other marketers, other people in the digital space that will see you, and they may ask you for an interview. They might want to feature you. And this recently happened with me over on LinkedIn. A freelance writer, Jessica Walrack, who is a journalist, started interacting on my post on LinkedIn. And I started doing that the same. And I think we follow each other. And so then she asked me over on LinkedIn if I wanted to be interviewed. And I said, sure. And that's another way for me to get my name out there. And that's what I did right here. So she not only shared about my SaaS writing, but about my other blog too. That's another way to grow my brand that way too. I leverage these type of opportunities to grow my brand. For you, you want to leverage those opportunities to grow your writing service. Okay. Now again, I can flip flop, and maybe this year I'm going to focus on that and just drop my innovativeinc.ca link everywhere I go, and then just share my SaaS knowledge kind of thing. And the other thing you can do to market your freelance writing business is to write about your business. This is something that I don't do as much right now, but I did when I first started. I talked about content marketing stuff. I talked about writing tips. I talked about my business and where I was writing. I did all those things in the beginning as a way to market my freelance writing business. And you can do that easily on LinkedIn. I've been doing that a lot of just sharing content on LinkedIn. If I can go to my post course. Not everything is about my writing for SaaS, but I try to talk about it. So here's my writing process for writing a blog post for a SaaS company, right? So I go into detail about what I do that can market to other SaaS owners and be like, oh, she writes for SaaS, and here we go. I make sure to, have these hashtags for content manager, editors, writing services. There's all of that on LinkedIn that you can use for hashtags to get it out there even more. So I do share all of that as much as I can on LinkedIn, and I just share my knowledge as a digital marketer, what I do, just things like that, where I go. My YouTube, that's another marketing strategy. So I share that. Here, if you run a SaaS business, would you rather have this? So I share more content about SaaS stuff and just to help companies, backlink strategies, things like that, where other businesses and business owners might be like, oh, she knows about these concepts. Recently, there was a position for a writer for Backlinko, and they needed to be well versed in SEO. Well, they can look at my LinkedIn profile, my activity, and see that I talk about these things about SEO. It's talking the talk of your niche and marketing your freelance writing business. You can, in your head, say for 10 days, I'm going to write these types of posts on LinkedIn. I'm going to do one post about my writing niche. I'm going to do one post about behind the scenes of writing an article or writing some kind of deliverable for a client. And I'm going to write another post about behind the scenes of my writing business and how I'm marketing it, right? That could be your 3 pillars that you write every single week on LinkedIn for the next month. And then you can track and see how that's going, right? Same thing, you can do that on Medium. You can write about your business on Medium. And I do that myself. I do that more of as a content creator, but I can focus more on my business if I wanted to. So over here, I talk about the B2B article process for content writers. That can appeal to potential clients that I know the B2B article process and what that entails. Here's another one, that SEO is dead and influencer marketing stepped in. Just another way to market my knowledge. I do talk about my business here in this one. Same thing with this one for bloggers in particular. I talk about like edited work, so that appeals to clients maybe about that. Here is another thing behind the scenes of my business. So I do talk about a lot of different things. I try to appeal to other bloggers as well, because I'm trying to grow Twins Mommy, my other blog. But I do this all strategically. I use Medium as my playground, as just whatever I want to write. And a lot of it is behind the scenes of my business. People can get a sneak peek of that on Medium. But for you as a brand new freelance writer that wants to market your freelance writing business, you can use Medium as that way of behind the scenes of, I'm going to try writing on LinkedIn 3 times a week for a month, or you can do it for a month and say, I wrote 3 times a week on LinkedIn for a month and this is what happened. You can share that. It's a beautiful type of post on Medium that gets a lot of traction, especially if it was fruitful, if you landed client work, if you got traffic to your website, if you got sales of whatever you're doing, right? Like it shows some kind of improvement, then that does well on Medium. You can also share your business on Twitter. I do that occasionally on Twitter as well. Twitter also is whatever I write on LinkedIn, I might share on Twitter. I share a lot of my videos on Twitter, just some fun things that I'm doing. Here's one about SaaS business, for SaaS business. Oh, here's the backlink. That's also from LinkedIn too. So I talk about that. I talk about my traffic. This is digital marketing stuff. So it's sort of behind the scenes of my business of getting page views and stuff. So I talk about that. Same thing right here, talking about my videos and marketing on YouTube. So I do share all of these things as a way to show my brand and show my knowledge of marketing tactics, right? I show that I'm on TikTok. Again, especially in my niche of digital marketing clients want their writers to be on all these platforms. They want a prolific writer that knows about digital marketing inside and out, because they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they do connect with influencers, they have a YouTube channel. These things appeal to my specific client. Now, if you are not writing to digital marketing SaaS clients, then you don't have to worry about doing that. But you do want to leverage these platforms to share your business as a way to market your business, right? You can share your client wins, your latest guest posts, any podcasts that you were on, your posts on Medium. All of this interconnects, and these are the ways to build that writer platform to get noticed, right? Now, in Write Your Way to First 1K, I do go much deeper into those aspects of how to create that solid writer platform so that clients can remember who you are, right? Because there are thousands and thousands of freelance writers out there. How can you stand out? How can you be different? There's much more more to just marketing your freelance writing business, but those are the initial steps to take so that you can at least get your foot out there. You can get your writing noticed by other people and hopefully land some client work along the way. And if you're struggling to find that one niche to help you start this process, I do have my niche guide to help you. There are over 100 niches to choose from. So make sure you download that guide, take a look at it, and find some niche topics or industries that you're interested in writing for. All right. And as always, like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this.